Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I don't really have anywhere to film today, so I'm just on the floor of this random room. So, that's fun, nice surroundings. Arsenal beat Crystal Palace 5-1 today. That was fun. They did in their third kits as well, which when I saw that they were playing in the third kits, my heart dropped a bit because our previous results in that third kit have not been good. But it was today. It was actually one of the worst displays I think I've seen from Arsenal for a lot of the game, and yet they still won by 4 goals, so I guess it went well. Um, First thing I'll talk about is Jesus, who apparently just needs to play Crystal Palace every week. Because from not scoring since January, he has now gotten 5 in the last 2 games, both against Palace. Um, I can only hope this continues, especially his second goal of the game was a really nice finish. Curled right around the defender, like threaded the needle, pitch perfect right into the goal from a somewhat tight angle. Um, so it was a really nice finish. I don't know what's going on with Jesus in this sudden competency in front of goal. Because it's been a long time since he's scored multiple goals in a game. It's been a long time since he's even scored a goal in a game, and now all of a sudden, 5 in the last 2. In the second half, he had a chance to get a hat trick, and with a fairly open goal, shot it right at the goalkeeper, and that's the Jesus I've come to know and love. Uh, I can only hope that he continues to do better. There was a time when he was really doing quite well for us, so hopefully he can rediscover that form, and this is the start of something new. um, this was also one of the worst defensive games I've seen from Arsenal in a very long time, and very uncharacteristic for us because under Arteta we've been very strong defensively. Like Saliba and Magalhaes are maybe the best center back partnership in the league. There's always a bit of safety, I feel, and like even against Monaco last week in the Champions League, I said like there was a time when they looked decently threatening, but never actually made Raya do much work, and that's credit to the defense. And that's what happens most Arsenal games. But then this one was really bad. Like probably the worst I've seen them defend for a very long time. It was sloppy, a few bad tackles. Sarr realistically could have at least gotten a brace if he could finish a bit better. Raya did well, but also there was some poor finishing from Crystal Palace on chances they really should have gotten. I mean, as long as it's an isolated incident, I said this about the women's game last weekend where a few players looked out of character with some poor performances, and I said like as long as that remains an outlier, it's not going to be a big deal, and that's what I'll say for this game because we are almost always very good defensively. Um, so as long as this remains an outlier, it's not going to be a big deal. And we somehow managed to win by 4 goals, which I'm not completely sure how we did that because there was a large stretch of the game where I think we could have looked a lot better. Um, Declan Rice on the 5th goal, I forget sometimes that he can have shots like that. Like he actually has scored a few from range, so that was fun to see. It's nice to see Lewis Skelly get another start, continue to do well. A bit worried about Saka coming off at 20 minutes, but overall, yeah, just a very weird game because I think there was a lot of it where, especially in defense, we looked really bad, which is really weird for Arsenal. And yet, at the end of the day, we won 5-1, so I guess I can't complain too much. Good win at the end of the day.